Now you say we never want to be without Jesus and his word, and then you juxtapose that with the idea that this is completely against the tendency of the surrounding world where everyone wants to be an independent individual. So is that the conflict that's there?
I think it is a conflict for many people living today, that they are brought up in an individualistic world where my interest, my concern, my comfortability and all that is so very important. And if I am locked into myself in a kind of prison, it's very difficult to discover that in the face of others, in the face of Christ, we find ourselves on a deeper level. Mm-hmm. We are meant to live together with another thou, with another you, and become a we. But if we concentrate upon our own interest and our own future, life becomes very burdensome, because then we always have to be gratified as individuals, and that's not possible, really.
Now, this book is about contemplation and prayer. You mentioned we are temples of God, and God lives in us. We're always in God and God in us. And this is what makes constant prayer possible on a very deep level. But how do we go about doing that?
Well, I would say we cannot do it. We can only receive it as a gratuitous gift from God, to realize that we can never experience, we can never feel, but we have to find that deep level inside us where we live with God. Teresa of Avila in Spanish says, estar con Jesús. We have to be with Jesus. We have to be with God. So we cannot always feel it, we cannot always experience it, but if we come to realize that in my very being, I'm united to Jesus thanks to his gifts, then somehow, gradually, we realize that there is always prayer in me. I don't produce it, I don't consume it, but it's given as a free gift to me in every single instant of my life.
Okay. You say prayer is familiarity and friendship with God, even when we feel completely blank or even tired and sick of all this business of prayer. And then you quote St. Teresa of Avila as, mental prayer, in my view, is nothing but friendly discourse and frequent solitary conversations with him who we know loves us. But then you also go on to say that prayer is something like a merry-go-round. How is it like a merry-go-round?
Well, life is somehow always changing. One minute we feel happy, the other minute we feel afraid. And if we can realize that our exterior attitude and our feelings are always changing, but there is a deeper level where we are always at home with God. Life might seem as a merry-go-round, especially now with all the media, with all the news, but if we really have our ground in Jesus, we can feel at home below the merry-go-round or above it. Right. So we have to find this peaceful interior part of our being where we are away from all the feelings, from all what is happening, and we just rest there, we just receive God's gift and feel at home with him.